I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your feeder flash for Wednesday, October the 11th, where this market is really showing some muscle, both on the board and in your cash feeder cattle markets. But and that means a lot right here as we're getting into mid-October, and we've got a lot of calves coming to town, and our supplies are getting heavier. And I know these markets always hinge on supply and demand, but it just seems like it's like summertime. You know, folks are ready for sweet corn and vine ripe tomatoes in the summertime, right when they get there, and it seems like folks are ready for some calves right as they're starting to come to market, and we're starting to see a lot of them as these runs are starting to swell up, especially up in the northern plains, and they will shortly on down in the southern plains. But look at the board on Tuesday. December live cattle futures up $1.87 to end the day on Tuesday at $118.80. Your spot October live cattle are up $2.27 to end the day at $113.70. And unless this market really breaks hard here in the next day or two, we're going to see a lot higher fat cattle come across this week. But November feeder cattle up 65 on Tuesday to end the day at $156.15. Of course, we haven't had any fat cattle trade and no signs of what could happen, of course, but we know the asking prices are going to be a lot higher. But the Fed Cattle Exchange, which happens here on Wednesday at 10 o'clock, has got 1,444 heads, so that may give us some kind of a clue as to what might happen in the direct trade. Look at your feeder markets, your real-time index on Beef Market Central, based on that 800-pound steer. Late in the day on Tuesday was at 153.32. Down 78 cents, even though our markets on feeders were quite a bit higher in the sales. But like I've been talking here the last several days, more and more of these calves are starting to get into your 7 weights, and that's where your real-time index is in your 12-state region. And some of them are fleshy, and a lot of them are ballers up north weighing in the 7s even, and that's going to pull down on your average there on your real-time index. Look at some markets there. Sale barns on Tuesday. OKC West and El Reno, Oklahoma had their calf sale. 2,500 head, and that's about what they've been having on the calf part of the sale, but that should increase here over the next several weeks. But calves sold $4 to $8 higher, and you notice that OKC West has kind of been down a little bit, but it's calf time now. It's about 30 days till we turn out on this wheat. These guys don't want to have to supplementally feed these calves any longer than that. They think they can get them straightened out in 30 days, so they're coming to market to get those. They're also ordering them out of the southeast, but a lot of them buying local Okie-type cattle there, and they're there to be had, and the market's finally coming to life on them. But and we're also seeing, you know, that demand come in from the good signs that the fat cattle has been showing the last few weeks, and these elevated prices that these yearlings have been bringing. But you look at another market over in the Missouri, West Plains, Missouri, Ozarks Regional Stockyards had 4,400 head there, and within a couple of weeks, Ozarks will be broadcasting on DV Auction here, and we will have their real-time data coming through on Cattle Market Central. We'll be talking about them a whole lot more, but really a powerhouse sale for that region. Get a lot of North Arkansas cattle and a lot of cattle in southern Missouri from border to border on both sides there, but a lot of good feeding type cattle out of there. But Dan Hill, a good friend of mine who's the regular market reporter, noted on the market report that early fall receipts at Ozarks Regional Stockyards have been nearly 40% higher than the last 2 years there. So people have been bringing their calves to market a little bit early there around West Plains, but they get cattle year round there in those rocks. But their market was steady to $4 higher, including a big string of steers there. 224 head of steers. West Plains weighed 896 at 158. That's a pretty impressive market. Look at a calf market up in the northern plains. Imperial, Nebraska at 5:30 in the evening on Tuesday had a half a load of 519-pound steers bring $199.75, and that's scaring the heck out of $2 a pound. But another market that we're getting information from and just south and east of Kansas City. Kingsville Livestock Market in Kingsville, Missouri, which is just a burg. Of course, the sale barn there on Tuesday, that's the biggest thing that goes on there anytime during the week. But they had a load of steers there, weighed 855 at 2:15 in the afternoon, bring 166.75. That's your feeder flash for Wednesday. I'm